Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. His name is Mike Brenner. My name is loshak. We are the odds couple. We come to you from sportsbookreview.com, SBRodds.com, hashtag
We've been in 3 countries in less than 24 hours, you and I have. I just thought about it.
It's been crazy.
We've been in Panama, we've been in Dominican Republic and Costa Rica within 24 hours, D.
And we never missed a beat handicapping any of these. Thankfully, though, there's only 3 games on the NBA card tonight, so we can.
But you know what? The Spurs let me down. They got their asses handed to them last night. Started out pretty good. Cleveland got pulled out a big win, so I was able to get a split with those picks. But you know what? I did not see the Spurs starting to reel like this. What's going on, Pistol?
I don't know. The good news for you, though, Mike Brenner. Let's throw the record up. You are, despite all the chaos and the ups and downs, you're up. You're up right now. You're up in the NBA. Very nice.
Because now it's time to focus. Football's over.
Now it's time to focus, and the season has definitely matured now, so we can really focus in on some big sample sizes as far as data is concerned.
There you go. Good.
And we can maybe try to make a nice profitable run towards the playoffs in the NBA here. All right. So
did you ever think you would need a vacation after a freaking being at one of the nicest beaches in the world? I need a vacation.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they need to have. For the people who go there for to work, they need a side spa where people can take a vacation after the vacation. That's a good point.
Well, you can talk about that with Morgan and Brittany, but we'll leave that to the viewers.
We'll talk about that in a bit. All right. Let's talk about the 3 games on Tuesday. Now, the first one, jumps out at me. Is it too obvious? Maybe not. But we got Portland at Dallas, and of course, this is a rematch. Dallas went into Portland and beat them outright couple days ago. It was on Friday, I believe. And Dallas still has what's the guard's name who's out? The friggin' guard.
Williams.
Right. Deron Williams is out.
And they're on a back-to-back, I think.
Right. They're on a back-to-back. And they did get blown out at Denver, so maybe it didn't take that much out of them. But they still are on a back-to-back. Portland, it's in their mind that they got blown out at home. Now they go into Dallas. Got to be a revenge spot. Wow. Portland's got to be the play, right?
Or not? What's the line? What's the line?
It's just it opened at +1. Now it's up to Portland -1.5. But they're going to get the win, or not?
Well, you know what? I'm going to jump on the first half. I'm not taking it for the game. I'm not sold on the Trailblazers on the game, but you know what? They are going to get their revenge early, back-to-back. The energy's going to be there. Deron Williams is out. Bogut's not effective, and Nowitzki's getting old. Even though they're still cashing tickets, they've been doing good until that beatdown they took yesterday. I think Portland needs this more than Dallas needs to come out early being tired.
Yeah.
Best shop line. Pull that trigger, Pistol.
It is. It's Pick'em or -0.5, and I'm going to go on that one with you. Pick'em -115. That is at the Chris Books and Heritage. I mean, I like it. Seems like a solid kind of obvious, but
Damon Lillard better show up tonight.
And then next game that's interesting is Houston at Orlando. And Houston, of course, had some struggles recently.
At Orlando, too.
No, this is at Houston.
Oh, it's at Houston.
Yeah. Now, Houston is off of a relatively extended period of rest during the regular season, which can always give a team a boost in the NBA. And before that, they were losing. They dropped 8 out of 14. They were losing ATS. They started to go under, which I started to cash with, except for their last game, which went into overtime.
I know, but you did have a good read when they started trending under.
That's right. And my last card in the NBA, I went 3-2 on 5 totals, except one of them was the overtime loss with the freaking Houston.
COT, though, you can't control that.
I'm
you just
snake bit
can't.
in the NBA.
That's all right. You bounce back.
So
you're Pete Loshak,
The question is Houston going to bounce back? They're off of a bunch of rest, and maybe they get their stuff together. And
I got to hold off on that one, Pete. I got to see what's going on. What's the line sitting at?
11.5.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. In Orlando, they just show up when they want to sometimes. And again, when you got young legs like that running around, Aaron Gordon and such, I don't know. I think. I don't know, because I know that Harden is definitely a little bit more banged up. That rested him good, though.
Yeah.
But he needs some help. He needs the Deckers to start stepping up. Ryan Anderson. Now, that guy, if he can stay healthy, he's going to start lighting it up, Eric Gordon. So, I don't know. I'm going to see what happens. And, again, I looked, another week, see what they're really getting into.
Then another game that's with a big favorite that's got me scratching my head a little bit is Charlotte at home against Brooklyn. And Charlotte, of course, they lost. Let me just count right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They lost 6 in a row ATS, and then they got a push, and then they got a cover by 1 point in their last game. So they have not been. They've been overvalued recently. But the Nets, after their hot start to the season, have been a bad bet overall. And recently too, they've lost their last 3 in a row ATS. So,
but here's the thing, Pete. Then even though the line is so big, you got one team that still has a pulse for the playoffs. You got one team that's gone. They're done. Right. It's over. All right. Which team is going to show up? Because Brooklyn could be a perfect spoiler team, get a lot of backdoor covers and such. But Michael Jordan's not happy with his team's performance. Kemba Walker is saying he's having to pretty much just get everybody motivated every night. That shouldn't happen.
Right.
They should be motivated. What would be your speculation on the first quarter? Probably 4 or 5.
The first quarter?
Yeah, just speculation.
No, the first quarter would be like 3.
3. All right, I'm taking it. There's my edge. I'm going to take Charlotte on the first quarter.
Might be 3.5.
Okay, and I'm good with that.
Okay, but
All
I think it more likely will be 3.
So which one you want to go with? I think if it's not going to get bumped up, go with Pinnacle probably.
Yeah, go with Pinnacle.
Okay, Pinnacle.
All right, whatever you want. Okay.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Charlotte on the first quarter. Yeah, I mean.
I think that might be an angle, Pete, because they are desperate and they still have a pulse.
Yeah, they are.
You know what? That might be a first half written all over. What's the best shop line in that first half?
The first half, I think, is going to be, let me see. Let me just find it. Oh,
Ooh.
it's 6 or 6.5. Yes,
I'll
that
take
first
6.
quarter might be 3.5.
Yep,
Yeah,
I'll take the half at 6 as
right.
well. Pull that trigger, pistol.
Okay, -6, -109. That's a Pinnacle line there.
I'm liking that, buddy. That's my picks for the NBA because it's not a big card.
Yeah, it's not. And
I'm glad, buddy. I am wore out. I'm ready to go home and get some rest.
Yeah,
pistol.
for sure. I'm talking about teams that might be wore out. I was on the Houston train when they started to go under, and that was a pretty somewhat obvious train for me.
Yeah,
what after the rest? Do you think they're gonna start picking it up, or do you think they're gonna continue to be slow? I think they're gonna continue to be slow a little bit.
They are for a little while,
Yeah.
especially if you got Harden banged up on that knee. All right?
Yeah.
He's the fuel that runs up and down that court. But yeah, I think they might trend under. And the
All
last
right,
one might
you know
have
what
been
I'm
a
doing?
fluke.
It's a lean. I'm going to take the first
Okay.
half and full game under with Orlando, Houston. The
Okay.
full game's 223. The first half is 115.5. Now Houston might come out and drain 23s in the first. Who knows?
Sure,
But and then the first half goes over. But
Hey, Pete, what's
I'm going
the,
to take a shot
what's
with
the
it.
team total for Portland, just for the hell of it?
Team total for Portland. That's interesting. You say that
Yeah.
because I caught it. Right now, it's gotten bet way up at Pinnacle. It opened at 101.5. It's still 101.5, but it's -147. So that
Wow.
means if the other book's going to be like 103 or something like that.
Holy
Yeah.
cow, because
Yeah.
that team being pissed off, revenge, they
Yeah.
got their asses kicked by Dallas in their backyard. Now you got Dallas on a back-to-back.
Yeah, no, I think it's good.
I do too, but 147 is a little crazy.
So
but
if you want to take it at a different book, it'll be like at -110, it'll be like 103, 103.5, something like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna stay off. I just thought it was an interesting
No,
fact.
I definitely agree
Yeah.
with you on that one.
Yeah.
Then
All
I'm
right.
feeling that way myself.
Let's
All right,
wrap this up, baby.
Okay,
I'm ready
let's
to get
wrap
the hell
this
outta
up.
here.
I was also thinking about the under in Brooklyn, Charlotte, but I'll pass on that one.
Okay.
Under in actually no, you know what? I will take it.
Take it.
Just the full
Why
game,
not?
Under 219
That's a- what
and
the
a half,
hell?
which is a Greek line, and the 2 unders in Orlando, Houston.
Buddy,
and
I'm telling
Portland
you
in
right
the
now,
first
though,
half.
I'm a little
All right.
shocked. I gotta ask
What's
you
that?
something.
What's that?
You got a lot more energy than I thought you'd have after this trip. Man, you must have snuck in some sleep last night somewhere.
I did. I don't exactly remember how that happened.
Oh, wait, it was the airplane. I walked by to go to the bathroom, and you had your cap pulled down, snoring, just cutting Z's, baby.
You also had problems with your luggage that I didn't have.
I did.
I
Pete,
zipped
my
right out of
luggage ended
there.
up in another country. It's been a hell of a whirlwind, but it's been fun.
Yeah, it absolutely
I
has.
think we kicked some ass.
Three
I spent some time with Brett Favre, buddy. That's one hell of a good guy.
Unbelievable, Mike Brenner. Lots of highlights at the 2017 SBR Bash in Punta Cana. All right, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Wednesday NBA card.
I
Mike
can't
Brenner.
wait, guys. Bet responsible. Beat your book. You build that bank with the odds couple, because guess what? We're coming to you, baby.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SBR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.